Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide which is very dangerous to touch. It is usually found in the gaseous state. It is colorless and odorless. The different gases that make up atmospheric air condense at different temperatures which make them easily separated. Solid carbon dioxide goes through sublimation upon exposure to air, which means it transforms directly from the solid phase to the gaseous phase without melting to a liquid. Dry ice is used for many different purposes, but mostly as a cooling agent. It is much colder than water ice and it does not leave any residue, and it is also easy to handle using insulated gloves. It is used in the medical field to remove warts and keeps the bone marrow frozen once shipped. How does dry ice produce a carbonic acid? There is a base such as ammonia, and then there is an acid-base indicator such as brown crystal green, which change color once dry ice is combined with them in water. Once there are different colors in an acid, they are automatically in a base, so the base ammonia causes the original colors to the indicators. The other chemical, which is dry ice, is a solid carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide reacts with the water and produces a carbonic acid which makes the solution acidic and causes a change in color. The first person that saw solid carbon dioxide was the French chemist Thylauriel, who opened a cylinder with a big amount of liquid CO2 to observe it in liquid form. Universities began observing it for 60 years. Herbert Samuel Elworthy wanted to make a solid dry ice for his soda water, but it didn't last long. During the years, some doctors used dry ice to remove warts. The first commercial that represented dry ice in the United States started in 1925 by Pressed Air Device, which was a company formed in Long Island City, New York in 1923. The fire extinguisher was the only product that was successfully marketed. The Dry Ice Corporations of America tried to patent dry ice but were turned down by the U.S. Supreme Court. The estimation of U.S. production was 120 million pounds. Nowadays, there are thousands of dry ice producers worldwide who sell to the public for their own use.
Hi, I'm Joanna, and this is the Dry Ice Rainbow Experiment. So basically you're going to need 5 1,000 milliliter beakers, 5 100 milliliter beakers, bromothymol blue, methyl red, phenyl red, universal indicator, and brown crystal green, disposable gloves, a wooden splint, pipettes, a graduated cylinder, and some dry ice. And also a notebook to record your findings. So the next thing I'm going to do is add 2 milliliters of each chemical and add it to each beaker. I'm just going to use the beaker just to have a place to fill it in the pipette. And then I'm going to take a wooden splint and mix it up. And you do this with every indicator and beaker. So basically I'm just going to add all the 100 milliliters up to about 20 milliliters to show the difference in color when the dry ice is in the indicator and when it's not in the indicator. This is for universal indicator. Now I'm taking the pipette and filling it up to here. And then I'm mixing it up using the wooden splint. And since I don't have enough, I'm just gonna fill it up to about 15 milliliters. And yeah, now I'm gonna put in the water. And basically repeating the same procedure for each beaker. Again, adding 2 milliliters of methyl red into the beaker and mixing it up using the wooden splints. So now I already mixed up the bromothymol blue, 2 milliliters of that, and 1 milliliter of ammonia, and now I'm just putting that in the bromothymol blue beaker and mixing it up using a wooden splint. Now I'm going to add 1 milliliter of ammonia into universal indicator and mixing that up using a wooden splint. So now I'm just adding a nugget and putting it in, and as you can see, the bubbles are forming. Now the color changed from blue to green for bromothymol blue. Using a tablecloth, I'm going to do the same thing. And this is the effect for fennel red. As you can see, the bromothymol blue changed from a dark blue to a light green. Methyl red changed from red or orangish color to pink. Fennel red changed from red to yellow. And for universal indicator, it changed from purple to a yellowish type of color. Brom crystal green changed from blue to a sky blue, so it kind of became lighter.